All right, welcome everybody to a rare late Strong Beer Festival interview because the zombie walk is probably about to start soon. We're here with Jordan, formerly of all the great breweries in Arizona, who is currently at Roses by the Stairs. How's it going, Jordan?
Things are going good, man. Happy to be back at a Strong Beer. First year for Roses. Get our name out there. Things are going great. Got some cool new beers for Arizona Beer Week. It's exciting. Feels good to be back down in Phoenix.
So, are you familiar with ChatGPT?
I've heard about it. You guys are just about to inform me about a little bit more about it.
So, what we did is we asked ChatGPT to ask what questions should we ask at a beer festival, and it generated questions. So Chris has questions. I can ask them because he has it on his phone.
So I'm curious because, obviously as we serve here, we get tons of questions. So I'm curious to see how the accuracy of what this is.
So this is an attendee question.
Okay.
Because we have it based on brewers and attendees.
Okay.
So what brought you to this beer festival today?
All right, I feel like it's a fair one. If people don't know your name as well, if honestly, if people ask me that, I'd be like, to get your name out there, especially for like a young brewery like Roses. We've only been around since last May, so it gets your name out there for people who may not know you. So fair question, I like it.
And so we'll go into the brewers and owners. Can you discuss any challenges you've faced as a craft brewer and how you've overcome them?
I can't say I've ever gotten that question at a beer festival, but I guess if you're having a heart-to-heart with another brewer, like our owner, I feel like that's a fair question.
But to expand on that, do you come out here and you're like, people aren't understanding what we're doing? Have you ever felt that? This is what we're trying. Here's our goals, but people aren't understanding that.
At a craft beer festival, I could probably see that. Because, there's definitely a big portion of people that come out here, they're like, beer festival, let's get messed up. I don't know if I can cuss on this podcast or not.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Okay, cool. They come out to this festival like, let's get fucked up, And so it's like, and the point for us to be out here is like, hey, check out these cool beers, what we're doing, the effort we're putting into this, try them, come back to our brewery, drink more, and stay with us on this journey. So I feel like it's kind of, the crowd's split on that.
So one question is, can you talk about the beers you're showcasing at this festival and what makes them unique?
Oh, yeah. That's totally a fair question. If you want me to elaborate on that?
Yeah. No, don't just acknowledge the question. Answer it.
All right.
I could do that, but no.
All right. No, I think that's a big deal. People come out here. A lot of people, either they really enjoy beer and they love to try new stuff and they're very curious about what's going on. People are just starting out in beer. They don't know much. They want to know more. And then there's people like, I don't drink beer at all. They're like, what do you have? And like today, lady came in, doesn't like beer. We have a Greyhound cocktail-inspired Goza. I'm like, give your hand at this. It should be remnants of a Greyhound cocktail. You'll enjoy it. It's a little different. It doesn't taste as, beery, as some people would say, as other beers. So being able to describe these things to them, and what we use, what flavors they should expect, it's kind of the cool way to really expand the horizons of people who really don't know beer. And also expand the horizons of people that do know beer and they just don't know, maybe per se how you brew and operate.
So can you discuss any challenges you face as a craft brewer and how you've overcome them? Remember, this is coming from artificial intelligence.
That's a fucking loaded question.
You're like, I can't get fucking seals. I can't get valve covers. I can't get.
So the question I'd ask would be so the transition from your last brewery to this brewery, what made you, what was the change? Why the change of scenery?
For me, it was some personal matters with our family. Me and my wife moved back down to Phoenix. I won't go, super.
Yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, we don't need to go into it. But it's more of the is it that brewery versus this brewery, or is it be more of like? Yeah, what? Really, I want to hear you say that I'm sad that I left the brewery that I was at, and I'm really excited for the brewery I'm currently at. But
but truthfully, that's what it is. I did love my time at Dark Sky.
Yeah.
I love those guys. I was sad to leave them, especially you were doing some awesome stuff up there with the new facility. I love the crew I worked with, and still talk to them all. But it's exciting to try something new. Experience something different. We're moving on to the next stage of our personal lives, and so we're moving down with that. I mean, I'm sure some people saw, I have the plans to open up my own brewery eventually, which, it's like, we're trying to figure that thing out between me and my wife. There's a lot going on in the economy right now, debating if it's the right time to do and pull that trigger and such, though. And the reason I'm at Roses is because I want another good brewery job.
Right.
These guys have heard great things. Interesting, something to keep me in the industry, obviously keep bills paid.
Yeah.
And just, something to keep going as we're trying to figure out our next step in our lives. And Roses was just the perfect fit where it fell together, and,
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the thing is like, and people have, maybe follow the podcast, or at least us in general. Like, I enjoy like following people's like brewing careers and see where they're going and understand why they're doing it, and the the idea that people are like trying to grow, they're trying to get to a place that they can do more stuff and figure out more things, and sometimes like a move is going to be more of a it's a lateral move, but you're going to grow a lot more when you're there, right? You have more freedom, you can do more stuff, you can brew more things, and it's really cool to see that kind of stuff. I mean, I love it, and the handful of brewers that I know, I include you one of them, and I love when I see that stuff. And so, like I said earlier, we talked. I was like, I've had a lot of Rosa by the Stairs stuff, and Trevor's with Trevor's, and I was like, this is really, really fucking good shit, dude. And now you told me that, I was like, it just clicked. So I mean, it makes sense that you're out there. So
yeah, no,
I love that you're there. It's just super cool. I love to see you guys people growing and getting more things. So
yeah, and 100%. I mean, you can learn a lot going from brewery to brewery. It's different experiences, different people, techniques, knowledges. Like you share everything with the people you brew with, and like going from Dark Side, which is a team effort. We all work to produce what we try to produce. Production, growing into which they're now with Quail distribution. So it's like it was a growing brewery. That's a whole different concept to learn. And, I've been that concept before when I was at my time with Motherhood, running that kind of distro game. But Roses, it's cool. It's different. We're running our own setup. We're trying to produce our beers. We're getting off the ground, trying to figure out our flagships, and the identity of Roses as it is. So it's just it's a whole different management system. And I just hired a system brewer because it's a lot to run all that solo.
So you've been at a couple of the, I would say, the top 10, if not top 5 breweries in Arizona. How do you stay competitive in such a crowded market?
The best way to stay competitive is keep up on current trends, new brewing techniques, new resources, new hops, new grain. Like right now, so some of the beers we have are 10 buzzwords. It's brewed with Mega Matueka, new hop variety from Freestyle Hops, which everyone.
Yeah, the only thing that was missing from that was Galaxy.
I know.
That was the only. That was the only buzzword you're missing.
That was awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean buzzwords.
But other than that, yes. Check.
Yeah, so I mean it's a brand new hop varietal mixed with Phantasm, which is one of the new hot, trending hops right now. So it's Matueka pelletized with Phantasm to create a unique sensory experience. We use that in the beer, along with Mosaic Incognito, which is a basically super dense hop oil. Then hop to Citra, hop to Nelson CGX, which is the cryo variation from Crosby. It's like it hits all of the it gets people excited. There's so much going on there. It's
listen, all the buzzwords for
yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
It's all the buzzwords. It's a very fitting name to a very fitting beer for sure. That's just how it works.
Yeah, and like myself personally, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm watching videos, I'm talking to other brewers. Like you have to just keep researching or keep looking at it and seeing what's coming up. Diving into grain research. We're working with local graineries and trying to see how that works with our beers and what styles we want to brew with them. You just have to keep. You can't say you'll become stagnant if you don't keep looking up what's new and trying to improve and change and challenge yourself.
So I would say our next goal is to figure out how we can use ChatGPT to create a beer, market a beer, and brew a beer. Is that something you'd be interested in with a low-level podcast?
I mean, so I don't know much about it. You guys kind of just informed me a little bit about it. This flag is trying to get all over you. I'd be curious to see like what would it, if you asked AI what it thought it to do for brewing a beer, finalizing it, artwork, production, distro. Like, it'd be curious to see what it would say. Almost kind of spooky, all in the same. Not gonna lie.
So, Chris, I think we need to do a since the shop is so into technology, we need to do a Rosa by the Stair shop collab using artificial intelligence to kind of dictate what the brew is. How's that sound to you, Jordan?
Can't say I'm not intrigued. All right. I'd be